Luca back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about gratitude, and I think I've made another little video on this before recently, and I briefly went over a few subtopics of gratitude. But what I really want to elaborate on is like how it is the foundation and the key to our happiness and our gratefulness for our already existing attributes in our lives that keep us healthy, keep us mentally healthy, physically healthy, all these things. So I'm going to go off on a few topics about those things today. So the first thing is gratitude towards the people around you, like your family and your friends and your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever's in your life that's close to you, that isn't your family, as well as your family, obviously. But a good way of practicing gratitude is a meditation. Like look up gratitude meditation and maybe a walkthrough meditation. But I believe thinking about if they weren't in your life or they suddenly were not to be in your life anymore. Not only does that it lessens the amount of taking for granted that you display in your relationship with that person. So if it is your mum or your dad and you don't really treat them with all that much utmost respect, if you take a minute every day to realize that, oh my God, these people are so integral in my well-being and so integral in my life and my journey as a young person, or however old you're watching this. If you just take a minute a day out, just to really recognize their presence and really think about what life would be like without them, you'll then, when you interact with that person, you'll start to really click with them on a deeper level, because wow, like this person means so much to me, because I've realized what it's like. I've sort of come to a realization of what life would be like without them, and because they're here now with me and doing what they do best, which is support me and love me, you will find yourself taking them less for granted totally, and finding yourself more grateful for their presence and them helping you, etc. And in a relationship, if somebody isn't displaying the same amount of love and affection and effort that you are, chances are that person either isn't for you, because there's so many people out there, man. We can't be we can't live in scarcity where we think, oh, this person is the only person for me, I can't do any better, I will never be able to live without them. Like, to have that mindset will lead to an unhealthy relationship because of your reliance on that person to bring you up, when really they need to practice gratitude for you. So by doing that, the first step of them being able to practice gratitude is you sort of falling back a little bit. If they are either taking you for granted, treating you like not how you'd like to be treated or how you're treating them, just making them realize what life would be like without you. That will start to awaken them, like, oh my God, this person is actually really important to me. Oh my God, their love and their support and their intimacy really means a lot to me. So then they'll start treating you like it would be a very tragic thing to lose you. And you'll find your relationship be better. Don't play games if you're in a serious relationship, or sort of whenever. Like, don't play little games, because that taints that skews your outlook of your relationship. And you don't want that happening, because you'll then breed an unhealthy thinking habit based around that relationship with that person. And that's really negative, because it's only a downward spiral, really. You need to grow. If you're growing together, you have the same outlooks, spiritual, economical, whatever. You got to share the same things. Like, you'll know it. That's one thing. Like, if someone is taking you for granted, you got to fall back, like, for your sake, not for them. But even though it is for them at the end of the day, because they need to know what it's like to feel like they could lose you one day. Because if people think they'll never lose you, they'll take you for granted, and they'll sort of walk all over you in a way. They'll see you as a pushover. Like, oh, this guy isn't going anywhere. He's always going to be there for me. Like, I can do sort of what I want. You can't allow someone to have that attitude towards your relationship with them. Otherwise, as I said, it's downward spiral. Secondly, gratitude comes in many forms, and the next form I'm going to be talking about is your surroundings and your just the small things really, like I don't know, the speaker or my bedroom in general. It's just a room that I can sit alone and peaceful and make these videos and sleep. And I have a bed, I have a TV in my room, I have books, I have tools, I have everything I need, everything I need. And if you just take a second every day to just look at everything and think, wow, if I didn't have that, I'd have one less, object to, oh, how can I say this? I wouldn't, that would, if you just see things as, oh, that's there, it just magically appeared. Not, I worked hard for it. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't be able to use it as a utility. I wouldn't, just a lot of things that you can think about. Like, if I didn't have the speaker, I couldn't play like the music that I like in the shower with good quality, or I couldn't take it out with a couple of mates to a park or whatever and play music. So that there has great value. And this reusable water bottle, what happens if I lose this, or I never had it in the first place? I'd be buying plastic water bottle, which is not only detrimental to your health, but it's also it's a great thing to have. You can fill it up with water, just things like that. Everything, books, your bed, anything, man. Just take a second every day to just, and the food that you eat every day, maybe if you eat 2 times a day, snacks, whatever, take the time, just take a moment. Oh my God, this is sacred. Like, this is my fuel for the day. This is my fuel for life. And if you don't think like that, you're going to start, treating things as disposable, and you don't want to do that, because then you're going to live your life always chasing the next external objective, which is not a good way to live, I don't believe. So yeah, taking time to just appreciate small things, the small objects in your life. And then thirdly, your health. If you are healthy, if you do not have an illness, if you don't have an impeding physical illness, that could be cancer, that could be a decapitated arm, just anything. That's slightly extreme, but it happens. It's happened. People lose their limbs, like your fingers. Have you got everything working? Your like, everyone's beautiful. Everyone's beautiful at the end of the day. But you need to take the time to recognize that you are blessed with this body and you have everything working. All your biology is working for you. Your heart is beating fine. If you don't have diseases, don't take that for granted, because when you do get a disease, you'll then think, oh my God, all that time that I didn't have the disease. Like, when you get a cold, you always think, like, you breathe through your nose, like, that was through my mouth, but when you breathe through your nose when you don't have a cold, like, even right now, I'm being grateful that I don't have a cold, because I know what it's like to have a cold. It's shit. You're always bunged up in your nose, like, you're feeling groggy, you're sensitive around your neck, and it's just horrible. So right now, I'm well, I'm healthy, I'm fit. It's all good, man. I'm happy because I've got what I've got. And that's really important, that you don't take your health for granted, because that can slip through your fingers very easily. And that's why you should take care of yourself, because it's not a disposable thing at all. Like, it's all we've got. And fourthly, your mental health. This is my last point. Your mental health. If you do not suffer with anxiety, everyone suffers with a bit of anxiety, I think. But like, if you're not depressed, you're not anxious, you're not going through a death of a family member that's traumatized you, if you're not dealing with trauma from your childhood, man, you're lucky. You're so lucky if you don't have to deal with that. And to take time out to recognize that you don't have to deal with stuff like that is very important, because like, people who do, like, I've met people, I've been in relationships with people that have had childhood trauma, have had to deal with the darkest of the dark type shit, and it's terrible. It's terrible for that person. It ruins lives. And let's just say, if it hasn't ruined your life, or you haven't got one, if you haven't got a trauma within you that is detrimental to you and that is destroying your mental capacity, you're very lucky. You're extremely lucky, because there's millions of people that do, possibly billions. Yeah, man, I just wanted to take this time out just to spread this positive message, because I believe with gratitude comes happiness, comes joy, comes an inner feeling of power, that you can share your gratitude with people around you and show them love when deserved, and when you can, because at the end of the day, that's all you can do, is just spread the love and get on with our own lives. So my message here right now today is just take a couple minutes out of your day just to appreciate the things around you, the things that you have, your health, your loved ones, the objects around you, your opportunity, your freedom. Man, just be grateful for it all, and then you'll find yourself being happier when you do. So yeah, stay free, stay loving yourself, and peace.